So when you went to the fast food restaurant, you left the children alone in your car, is that right?
When I went to the restaurant
You left them in the car alone?
to eat the food,
Yes.
I believe we may have done that.
Okay. And did you expect them to stay in the car?
Yes, I wouldn't expect them to run away.
And did you at all lie to the children or their parents?
At any point during the interview?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did stretch the truth, but that is within my right as a police officer to do.
Okay. But did you also lie to the parents about not needing an attorney?
Well,
Yes or no?
let me answer the question. At that point,
I
in the
believe yes or no answer.
Objection, Your Honor. Opposing counsel is not allowing my witness to answer the question.
Okay. Let's start again. Why don't you ask the question again? Wait till the question is finished, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you.
Did you lie to the parents about needing an attorney? Yes or no?
I told the parents at the
Yes or
time.
no, please.
I'm sorry, yes or no will not cut it for me to answer this question. I need to give a little more.
Well, the question as asked is a yes or no question.
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
Did you lie to the children's parents about needing an attorney? Yes or no?
At that point in time, it
Yes
was
or
not
no,
a lie.
please.
At that point in time, it was not a lie. Later, after she confessed to the crime,
It was a yes
Objection,
or
Your
no
Honor.
question.
Opposing counsel is badgering my witness.
Did you understand the question?
yes, but I
Okay.
was hoping to clarify it.
Well, let's clarify it in terms of time.
I was just asking whether or not you lied to the parents. I wasn't asking for a
At any particular time during any of the interviews?
at originally and as well in further interrogation.
Okay.
At that point in time during the interview, that statement was not a lie. However, later during the interview, when Dakota was brought to the police station, she did need an attorney.
Okay. And with the phone situation, was it possible that your in-your-face method could have intimidated Dakota and her friend Quinn?
I suppose anything is possible.
Okay. And you got heated during the interrogation, did you not?
Yes, but I acted
And no
professionally.
further questions, Your Honor.
Good redirect?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I begin?
Yeah.
Detective, why did you take this case?
I took this case because it was assigned to me. My sergeant and my boss assigned Detective Jones and I this case, so I had no choice but to take it.
Can you explain to the court your interview technique and why you use it?
Yes. Well, throughout my 20-year career as a police officer, I have found my more direct approach, which requires me sometimes to use a lot of voice, to have a much higher success rate when interviewing suspects.
And how acceptable is it to expand upon the truth in order to obtain a confession?
Well, that's very common police procedure that many police officers will use in order to seek a confession of suspects.
And why did you split up the suspects in the interview process?
Well, I split up Dakota and Quinn because I was fairly confident at that point in time that Dakota had information related to the fire and that I could get her to tell me that information.
And why did you tell the parents that no attorney would be necessary? Originally, why did you say this to the parents?
Originally, I told the parents that because no charges were going to be filed. However, after Dakota confessed to the crime, I then took her to the police station, read her the Miranda rights, and at that point, an attorney was needed.
Were her parents informed at that point that an
Yes,
attorney
they
was
were
needed?
absolutely informed at that point.
Thank you. And what effect did your relationship with Sheldon Brown have on this case?
It had very, very minimal effect, if any at all. When it comes down to it, I am a police officer, and it is my job to act professionally. And I absolutely did so in this case.
And just to reiterate, why were no Miranda warnings given earlier in the day?
The Miranda warnings were not given earlier because at that point it was simply an interview. The Miranda rights were not needed until it became a custodial investigation, which occurred when Dakota was
Objection, Your
brought to
Honor.
the police station.
Not in the scope of the cross-examination.
Response?
I believe the Miranda warnings were mentioned.
I did not mention Miranda warnings, Your Honor.
My apologies.
Okay. Sustain.
I'll skip the question. So, in conclusion, how closely was proper police interview procedure followed throughout your interview with the defendant?
It was followed very well. Again, I did use a loud voice, but that is absolutely within my right as a police officer to do.
Thank you. No further questions.
Any recross?
Yes, Your Honor. Hello again, Detective.
Hello?
So you claim to be a professional, is that right?
Absolutely.
And so, backtracking a little bit, back to your technique, you claim that's professional, right? Just to.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, could that technique have intimidated the children?
Could have intimidated.
Objection, Your Honor, this is speculation. Opposing counsel is asking the witness to speculate on the mindset of someone who he frankly is not.
I'm simply asking his opinion, Your Honor.
Are you asking about his intent?
No, I'm asking about his opinion if it could have intimidated the children.
I'll allow it, give it whatever weights necessary. Go ahead.
You allow the question?
My job as a police officer is to get them to tell any information that they may know. And the techniques that I use are within correct police procedure. I'm not a psychologist. I cannot speak on the psyche of a child.
That they could
Let him
intimidate?
continue with his answer.
Whether or not Dakota felt intimidated by my tactics, I cannot speak on because I'm not Dakota. But what I do know is my tactics are within my right as a police officer.
But is it possible it could have intimidated her?
Again, anything is possible.
Okay. And going back to you claiming to be professional, is yelling at a 15-year-old considered professional?
Using a loud voice is correct police procedure, so yes, I would consider that very professional.
But yelling at a 15-year-old?
Yes, I consider that very professional.